Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Developers Point, and this is Akib, and in this video we'll be looking at how to set up Visual Studio Code to work with C Sharp. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. Let's begin. So what we are looking at here is a default installation of Visual Studio Code without anything added to it. Now as I mentioned, if you're not using Visual Studio Code, you will get no benefit from this lesson. So please skip and go ahead to the next one. This for those who are using Visual Studio Code, and as I like to say on its own, like it's just a very colorful text editor. But in order to compile and debug C Sharp code inside the Visual Studio Code, we need to install some extensions. To do so, what we will be doing is like just go ahead over the extension tab, and what we want to do is search for C Sharp inside the extension marketplace, and the first one we want to install is C Sharp for Visual Studio Code powered by OmniSharp, and this gives us development tool for .NET Core, C Sharp, Echo, editing support, including syntax, highlighting, instances. Go to a definition, find all the references, debugging support as well. So we need this one before we can do anything with this code. Like as I have already installed that extension, so I will not be getting a pop-up. After adding this, you will be getting an option to select a theme, which is just a default dock in my case, and once that's done, then what you'll see is you'll get a pop-up here saying that use Visual Studio Code command to go ahead. But for me it's not coming because I have already installed C Sharp extension. But you have missed it. If you have missed it, then on the background in the Visual Studio Code you will see some keyboard shortcuts, and the first one we'll look at is show all commands, which in my case is on Windows is like Shift Control and P. So if I press and release, this is going to give us a command window and search for assets. And what this offers is .NET Generate Assets for build and debug. Click this command to go ahead and do exactly the same thing what I did. So let's continue installing extensions. What we need another one is like it's called C Sharp extension. Now there are two in the list. This one which has been abandoned and is no longer in the development, but there is exactly the same name called C Sharp extension which is based on the original one, and we'll go ahead and install this. This extension just makes our life a little bit easier when working with the code, so that we can create classes inside here simply by right clicking on a folder and creating a new class, and it will give us a template for that class. It's got a few other tricks that we'll be using as we show how to use this course. But for now that's what it's going to do for us. And another one that will be just to tidy up the things inside the code is to install an icon, the theme. Like the one I quite like is material icon theme. I am just going to go ahead and install this one and select the material icon theme, and to pick up and take a look at Explorer, we'll see there the folders icon has been changed. We get different icons for each of the different files inside our solution, so it's a bit cleaner and it just look bit better. So a couple of other things I like to do with the code. First of all, I want to turn on autosave. Whenever we make a change to a file, it's going to wait for a few seconds and then automatically save our changes. This is very helpful. So I am going to click on that, and we should see that the autosave is now enabled. And what we would also do is, if you just go into preferences and then settings, you will get a setting from the normal application tool window inside a window computer. If you are using that, a few things I just need to change inside here. If I want to change the font size now, I can come in here and do this. I'll change it to 17, 18 or 19. Now that you can see that what I am typing a little bit easier. I'll also do the same for the console and for the terminal as well. As inside the code, we also have integrated terminal window, which I believe I devoted to PowerShell and on a Windows computer and on a Mac too. Then we can just get to less by pressing the shortcut which is highlighted in the window to toggle the terminal, and in my case that just Control apostrophe, and this brings up the terminal window inside here. And then we can add new terminals if you want and choose from different lists. This is incredibly useful and is one of the really cool features of this code. And there are a couple of other things that I'd like to do inside here. There is a couple of folders in here, a folder called bin or obj. For me it's not coming here, but for you it may be visible in the folder structure. Now every time we build our project or do something with our project, then these folders are recreated, but we never actually interact with these folders at all the time we are developing our application. They might as well not be there, but they are necessary. So one of the things we can do is to hide these folders, and if we just go and click on our code and preferences, and then I go to settings, I just want to look at for like exclude option, and we can configure the files or folders to exclude them from our solution window here. So I'm just going to click on add a pattern and just follow the guidance here. We are having got different options above. I'm just going to say double asterisk forward slash, and then I'm going to say obj as one of them, and then I'm going to say the same for bin as well. So forward slash bin and click OK, and that's all. Our solution has become tidy and clean. It doesn't delete the folders, they still exist, they still get recreated. It's just that they are not going to be in our face as we develop the application. And there's just one other setting that I want to change in here as well, and that to do with the how the folders are displayed here. By default they are shown in a compact mode. I'm just going to change the option for Explorer to compact folders, and that turn the feature off. It just means that we can see the full folders. You may have noticed before like in the obj and bin folders like that, they're having underlines in different folders. I prefer to see them dropping down, and this is all we are going to do with VS Code now. In fact, there are one more thing just before we go to the next lesson. We'll just open up the command template one more time and just search for path inside here, and just make sure that you have got the shell command installed, code command in path enabled. Like you can see what I'm doing, right? So just make it enabled. So I'm just going to click on this, and we get the notification saying that was successfully installed. And what this means, if I quit out of the Visual Studio Code and if I go back to my terminal window, what I can do is like terminal window or the command prompt, what I can do is just type in code followed by a period, and this line goes ahead and open up the code. It's just a bit more convenient to do it the way. So these are the extensions which are required to get started. What we are going to take a look at next is what we get inside our template when we create it. So this video gets end here. So please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.